Sin City: A Dame to Kill For is written and directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller and is based off the graphic novel by Frank Miller, Sin City, and this intertwines a few stories out of his graphic novels and brings back a few cast members from the first film, such as Jessica Alba, Mickey Rourke, and Bruce Willis. It introduces some new cast members such as Josh Brolin and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Eva Green. And I was a fan of the first one for the simple fact that this had some great visuals going for it. I've only seen it once when it first came out. Don't remember too much of it, but I always stuck with me that this film is very visually great. I was looking forward to the second one for the visuals, the storylines, some new cast members such as Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Eva Green. And I gotta say that Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, it's a pretty good film. There's some flaws going for it, but I thought that the visuals were very top notch. And it really felt like this film was just a comic book just flying off the pages. The way that the dialogue was handled and the action scenes and the visuals just made it feel like it was a real comic book movie. I felt like some of the transitions from story to story were rather weak and kind of confusing, but some of the stories were really interesting, such as Joseph Gordon-Levitt's and Eva Green's story. Eva Green is a great actress. She was very badass in 300: Rise of an Empire, and here in Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, she's even better. She doesn't hold back on things she does in her films, like Get Naked, and she does a great job at it. She's very beautiful in here, and her storyline is great. I also really like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's story, his story with the young girl in there. And it's very visually great with him and the girl in there. She just jumps off the screen, and it's just very beautiful. I felt like the end was rather weak, just kind of ended abruptly with Jessica Alba's character Nancy. But other than that, I thought that the characters did a great job. There was some characters that didn't have enough screen time, which I was kind of disappointed in, especially with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but some other characters had some enough screen time that I was pleasantly surprised with. So not a lot of consistency with some of the screen time for some of the actors. You have a big cast here, and you know, there's fighting for screen time. Some of them don't have enough, some of them do. The actions, the visuals, and the dialogue are there and makes it a really great film, and I'm gonna have to give a Sin City: A Dame to Kill For a B-. Some of the transitions, like I said, were rather weak, and the ending was weak, and some scenes were rather boring and could have been drawn down a little bit. But other than that, it's a great summer film. This is Just Watch the Movies with this review of Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, and I'll see you later.